welcome back to my Rug Hook and Talk show. My name is Annette, and I've been a rug hooker for over 20 years. And this is just a show to share with others, new hookers, solo hookers, whatever kind of rug hooker you are. Just some fun information, and so you have somebody to hook along with. If, in fact, you don't have a group, I try to bring book reviews and new yarn I might see, sales, things that are going on. Fun stuff that has to do with rug hooking, and maybe sometimes not with rug hooking, just really good fun stuff. So pull up a chair and get your rug hook, get a cup of tea, get a cup of coffee, a glass of wine, club soda, whatever you're into. If you're in a warm climate, wow. Yeah, if you want some snow, I can send some to you. Give me your name and address, and I will mail you a nice big bushel of snow. Anything to get rid of it from around here. And so I'm looking out my window, which is right above here, and it's snowing. I'm going to just show you really quick. See that? Yep. Sorry for that shakiness. I just wanted to share that it is snowing out here. Yes, it is. So I'm down here, hunkering down. I've got a bunch of books I want to show you in magazines. So go ahead, grab a cup of whatever, get your hook if you're going to start rug hooking. So we've got a few interesting things to share with you today. So I've been putting on my blog the latest rug that I'm working on, and I have it over here. I'm just going to show you really fast what's going on with it. Okay, and somebody asked about the new linen, so I'm going to show you that too. This is my linen, but I've got some samples from Michelle Miccarelli. Okay, so this is what I'm working on. Okay, I'll try to get a little close up there for you. Okay, so my little bird has some different shades of brown and a little like a red tweedy color in the middle. Yeah, so there you go. That's that. I was a little confused on what binding. That's why you don't see any twill tape on here yet, but I can't hook anymore because of that. So the twill tape that I want to use is right here, because I'll share with you what the background colors are going to be. I'm going to use this pretty color, and this came from Heavens to Betsy. Okay, these were from Heaven to Betsy's wool. And I'm going to mix it up with this color and all these kind of yummy yellows. And this has a little green in it, so I thought it would be kind of nice to pick up the leaves. So I've got all these fun, beautiful colors to go in the background. And so I thought this would look really good. And I ran out, so I can't sew it. So I'm going to try to track some down. And if I can't track some down, there's only 3 people I bought. 2 people I bought twill tape from, so I'm going to check with them and see which one I got it from. It's either Mary Hooker Woolens or Yankee Peddler Rugs, so I'm going to have to find out which one has it and grab some more. Okay, so can't do anything more on this, and we'll wait. Okay, so Marilyn from the Rug Hooking group on rughookingdaily.ning. If you're new to that, it's a really great website for rug hookers and punch rug hookers, whatever you use, yarn, strips, whatever your thing is. There's all kinds of wonderful rug hooker people that are on there and sharing. And so Marilyn from our YouTube group threw out the name Ann Wiseman to me, and that she had a great book, and so I got the book from the library. But you can get this on Amazon. I think I saw the last copy was like for $4, so for $8, which is including shipping, you'll get this great book. And why is this such a great book? Well, it's very straightforward, it's very simple, but she has such an awesome philosophy on just doing your own thing. Do your own thing. Don't feel it's wrong. You know, there are a few basics, obviously, burlap, monk's cloth, or linen. She tells you which one is best, and obviously burlap is the least strongest and will rot over time, you know, with humidity and moisture. So, you know, obviously you might not want to deal with that, but we've had that conversation so many times. Personal preference, financial limitations, whatever is your thing, go for it and be happy, and it'll still last a very long time. So with that, she shows just how to transfer it, and I just think that's great. There's a lot of beautiful photos in here of some of her rugs. I'll give a quick, you know, copyright. There you go. Just want to show you an idea of the color. And that rug that I just showed you is all in yarn. And just they're beautiful. She calls them wool mosaics. How nice is that? I like that term. But over here, she shows some close-ups of this is all hooking with yarn. So those of us who like yarn will get an idea of just what can be done with yarn in a different idea from somebody else. And so she also just shows you how to do some of the great basic things and drawings, and how to be inspired by different things that you see outside. I mean, you know, she even shows you just how to use different motifs from mythology and stuff to use. I mean, and that's a great way to just get a good template for something. But it's called Rag Tapestries and Wool Mosaics. There you go. Here's a picture of her. You know, obviously this is a very old book. I'm not sure. I believe she might still be around. I'm hoping. That would be very nice. So there you go. That's the first book. She does a second book called Rags, Rugs, and Wool Pictures, and it's a first book of rug hooking. This is a very basic, simple book, and it's very old. Let's see. The original price was $3.95 for a hardcover, so I'm assuming it's 1968. So it is copyrighted by Anne Wiseman Denzer at the time, and so I would. Yeah, I would believe this is a very old book. And it's done in a very straightforward, simple way, which I kind of like. So for somebody who's new, you know, she just shows you basic illustrations. And I really enjoyed doing it because she just shows you just, you know, how to use even your kids' drawings and stuff like that. Here, design is everywhere, but your own design is best. And she really reiterates that a lot, to go ahead and use your own designs and draw a dog, whatever it looks like, add some spots, make it green and purple, whatever, and have fun with it. And so what's amazing is she shows you hooking without a frame, but then she does show you the different frames. So apparently, yeah, so she punch needles with the yarn, and but also explains about the hooks and other things. So there's two great books by Anne Wiseman. Okay, so I got a little crazy and went to the Barnes & Noble's bookstore by me to get some new reading material, and I found Primitive Quilts and Projects. Their spring 2015 edition is out. What's nice about this one, they have some great templates. See? If you can see, they just have some great templates. Can't show you too much. You got to buy the magazine. And some stars and just some pretty flowers and some good ideas and some nice color combinations. So for those of you who like the primitive look, there's some really good ideas in here for that, and great vendors and colorful pictures, and you know, the color is just beautiful. So that's Primitive Quilts and Projects, and they deal with rug hooking. Okay, so these other two books are not about, per se, rug hooking, but I like to read all kinds of books. And this is a new magazine that I just saw at the store. It's called Artists and Makers. And it's all about people who create. And whether you're an artist or not, there's just some very interesting stories in here. All women, you know, women who create fabric, men who create stamps, and what you name it, and it's in this magazine. And it's just the great stories of these artists, and just new things that are coming out. Just lots of new things, new gadgets, new websites, new products. And so that's a really fun one. Artists and Makers Go Public. It's interesting. It says protect yourself from piracy. So they discuss in detail about people who, you know, because we're on the internet, we put all this stuff out there, and then people obviously copy your stuff, and there's nothing you know, there's not really much you can do about it. I mean, we're not talking about a star here and there. Some people will actually copy a what can you really do about that if they're using it for their own personal use? I personally don't care. You can copy whatever you want to copy. If you like my little bird, it's a bird. I can't own that bird. I'm not even going to try to go there with that. Just do it if you like it. Anyway, so here's where women create. This is a great, fun magazine. Sorry, gentlemen, it's all about where women create, but it's all great studios, all their different studios. And I'm just going to give you an idea of the color and the layout of the magazine. That's what I'm doing for that. And so it goes through, this one is Signature Spaces by Alyssa Carlton, Karen Royer, Celeste Giuliano, Jen Long, Regina Easter, Lisa Lockwood, and many more. And so it's the inspiring workspaces of extraordinary women, you know, and their story on how they got started into whatever craft they're working on. And there's been rug hookers in here from the past. I wouldn't even be able to tell you which one, but this is great. From everything from people who do stationery, to quilting, to sculpting, to fabric dolls, to designing fabric, to designing jewelry, to everything. This is a great fun. It's very inspiring too. So go for it. You'll people who write, women who write books, and all that sort of thing. So there you go. I'll try to put all this information on the website and upload it there, and then you could see it. So basically, that's where we're at. I'm at a standstill with my rug because I need that twill tape, and I tried dyeing one, and it didn't quite come out to the color that I thought it would. So I'm kind of stuck, and I have a little bit more natural, so I might go ahead and give it a new dye job tonight and see if I can figure out RIT Online. I'll just quickly show you really fast. Let me get over here. So I have a little dye pot. Most of you know by now have seen I have a little dye pot. Okay, and in the dye pot I keep all my stuff for dyeing, and so you see I have my little these little liquids, but I also have all these little powder packages, and these you can just add a tiny little drop of gray to dull down a color, cool it down, and so I use this gray for that, and it works really good. But I have dyed a lot of the twill tapes for what you see on many of my rugs, because it's the only way I can get to them. So yeah, I might be going into, let's see, I got golden yellow here, and that might work. And so you got to remember, let's see, golden yellow, maybe with a little of this gray might do the trick, and maybe a little of the tan again. That might help. So maybe we'll try something like that and see if it comes out. But what I'm going to do, and here's Orange Sunshine, it's a little orangey for me. But if you do have RIT dye and you want to kind of experiment just using RIT dye because you already have them in your house and you just want to see if you like the whole dyeing process, RIT has a website, and it has this great huge color palette of all the color tones. So if it's, you know, blues, reds, oranges, pinks, greens, purples, you just click on that color and it'll give you the formula to make that color. So if you need a specific color, there's an online formula website, which to me is like so cool. So I might be doing that, and then I'll show you if I do get a twill tape close to this, because this would be the perfect color, or even maybe even a little more yellowy, golden brownish or something. I don't know. I'm trying to get it to something. I would love something like that. And so this is, you know, if you could see, it's got the same tone level of a color. It's on the same family, not as dark, so the value is off, but I would love anything that comes close to these two. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to see what we could do with that. Looks like there's a little green in there, so I might be reaching for my dark green as we speak anyway. Here we go. And we got a little dark green, we got a little Kelly green. Well, we'll see which color. And so that's basically where we're at. So, yep, and I'm going to mix up some of those tones in the rug and start hooking that as soon as I can get my twill tape on it. So I'm on a mission. I've got to really That's something that's important. So I can't move forward with my rug until I get that done. So, okay. And for those of you who are looking, I've got some new stuff in the back. I'm just going to reach over and grab that linen because you were asking about it. Okay, so let's see if I have. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so here's the linen that I got from Michelle Miccarelli here in New Haven, Connecticut. And let me just roll it up. I ordered a nice big bunch of it, so I don't have to worry for the next year probably of, linen. But here you go. So it's a very soft, buttery, you could see the drapiness of it. It falls very, very nicely. Okay, that's the taupe. Okay, she also sent me, for those who like a very light color, she has ivory. Okay, and it is almost the same texture, but not as soft. I'm just saying it's not as soft as my taupe. That is like butter. That's all I could say. And for those of you who also like a stiffer linen, she has this oatmeal color, and it has a little white in it. And again, it's a little teeny bit stiffer, but still very nice to hook through. Not stiff at all. Still, but a little stiffer than my taupe. That's what I like. So everybody likes something different. So if you are looking, that's considered ivory, and it's almost white. And that's oatmeal. Okay, and you could almost see through. And then here is my taupe. Okay, and taupe is my favorite, but if I had to run out, I would definitely try the ivory. And she also has another one, I think it's called Natural, and it's also very soft. I have some of that too. So, okay, that being said, I wanted to share that with you, and there you go. Okay, so just something else I'm going to share. And you're probably wondering, what is she doing with this? Okay, so my husband has a poster, and the poster came on this. It's packed, whether you get a poster at Michael's, it's packed on here to keep the poster straight. And he took it out and he asked me if I wanted it. And I was like, oh my God, that is perfection. I think it's like a 24 by 36 piece. So this would be perfect to lay down on your linen and trace around it for that perfect straight line. And there you go. So just saying, don't throw everything away. There's always something to use. And there you go. So I did get a chance this week to go visit the library, and I was able to go visit the ladies group. They do a needle arts group. So you can have anything. You can, one person was doing counter cross stitch, another woman was doing knitting, and another woman was doing crocheting. So everybody was doing a little something, and I went with my rug hooking, and they kept asking me to share because these ladies also work in the library, and they see all the books I take out. So I decided to bring my stuff and share with them. I have my orange spice tea. Yum. And we had a good time. So you know what? I had a little group time with 3 other women, and then a few others walked in and wanted to see the rugs. And I guess everybody loves to see something that somebody creates. I know I enjoyed watching what the other women were making, and some of them were gifts, and who was going here to give this one. So that was really fun. So I just wanted to share that with you, that if you have a little kind of cozy little group like that at your local library, it doesn't necessarily have to be rug hooking. Sometimes it's nice that it's not rug hooking, because you don't have somebody kind of looking at you and thinking, well, she's not doing that right, or why is she using that? Everybody was very kind, and everybody did something different, and I thought that was really fun and enjoyable. So I just want to say, if you get a chance to go to a group, definitely go ahead and give that a try. What else? Let's see what else. So yes, I watched a new movie on another artist, and the name of the artist was Modigliani with Andy Garcia, and that was really good. And again, another artist who crossed paths with Pablo Picasso, and they were at each other's throats through most of the movie, as artists, I guess, can be catty, just like women in art and quilting and all. People just get strange with the whole thing of competition, and that's what that was about. It was competitive. Although I don't see that competition much on rug hooking and knitting as much, but I hear it sometimes out there. So I'm not part of those groups, so I don't see it. But anyway, it was a really good movie with a very tragic ending. So again, very interesting to see the culture of that time, just what was expected of different religious faiths and what wasn't allowed, and you know the different levels with money. And what I'm always amazed with is a lot of these artists are just so struggling in the beginning and really didn't make their money, except for Pablo Picasso, probably close to after they were dead or close to that. You know, that's when they broke through, and then they were gone. So just anyway, just throwing it out there because it was a really interesting movie, and you would probably enjoy it if you can get it from your library. That's where I got all mine. I'm watching them all. No cost, freebie from the library. So just a little good watching with this bad weather and hooking. And I'm sorry I couldn't hook today, but I have a mission. I've got to get that twill tape to match up. I don't want to just put anything on there, and I kind of like my twill tape to show around the edge, especially if it's going to be hung on a wall. I just like that look. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm still watching the snow come down, and it's getting a little heavier, so there's going to be some shoveling involved. And I just want to wish you all stay warm, stay well, and happy hooking.